As you know, we started an essay, Water Crisis, and its two outlines has already been talked about. One was the introduction, and second was resources of water crisis or causes of water crisis. Today, we will talk about the third outline, that is reasons of water crisis. And these three reasons are going to be given. The first one is political reason, second one is the economic reason, and the third one is the regional one. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Professor Khalil ACP, and as you people know that we started our essay water crisis, and we talked about two of the outlines and their sub outlines. Today we will talk about the third outline, and that is the main outline, and that is reasons. What is the reason behind the water crisis in Pakistan? And if we will talk about reasons, then there will be the three factors, and these are the outlines too. The first factor is the political factor, second factor is the economic factor, and third factor is the regional factor. Basically, these three outlines are going to be discussed or talked about today. This generation is the generation of the fifth war, and it is considered that the fifth war will be on water. And Pakistan is number 14 out of 17 countries who are passing through a process of water crisis. That's why it is a global issue. It is not the issue of Pakistan only. The very first thing which is bound to be considered properly is Pakistan is just harvesting four crops, and these four crops are water consuming crops, and they require intensive water. Four crops are wheat, sugarcane, cotton, and rice. They are the water intensive crops, and Pakistan is producing these crops on a maximum level. But if Pakistan try to understand the situation, especially on the government sector, if government try to understand it properly, then these crops can be minimized. But Pakistan is getting 20% of its GDP growth out of these crops, and all the upper class, we may say that upper class is the political parties, elite class, as well as the retired armed forces officers. They are enjoying it because they are the landowners maximum where these crops are being grown. And water is consumed on all these crops that can be minimized, where thousands of people they are just dying because of the shortage of water. These people are just getting maximum benefit out of it. It can be decreased. There are certain economic purposes and they can be fulfilled through different ways. We can raise barley, tomato, lemons just like other crops, but we are not taking them properly or considering on those issues. We are just running after another element, and that element will produce maximum water crisis issues, and are mostly people, the common people, as there is a hell of increase in population, and that population increase is just producing different sort of issues, water issues before the common audience. Now we should consider it in what way we can move forward in the business, otherwise we will have to face a severe crisis of water, and that will be uncontrollable. We are bound just to move toward less water demanding crops, because our water 90 to 95% is used for these crops, and just for the gain of 20% of GDP and 40% of labor force. Why should we do such sort of acts which are dangerous to 80% of water resources? Pakistan has just one institution directly, and that institution is WAPDA, which is working under the retired armed forces officers. And They are the chairman. Even the chairman of WADA is a general. And what is done by the government? 1 million acre ground is being entrusted to just one department, Army Welfare Trust, and that chairman will work for the sake of those people. And our politicians are doing what? Just like sugarcane crop that is being monopolized by the political leaders as well as the officers of the armed forces. And that WAPDA is just for prepared for what purpose? Just for water and power resources, to produce them and just to maximize in what way they can be conveyed to the common human being. But those common human beings, either in Balochistan or either in Sindh, they are just dying because of the water shortage. And that water is also being monopolized by the elite class. The rich people, they are just dominating that factor too. And that factor and that thing is creating a tiresome situation for the commoners. There is just one source, River Sindh, and that is just covering the whole Pakistan, passing through, and different rivers they just come out of it. But that river system was controlled by the British government in 80s, and that was a properly controlled system. They tried to irrigate the whole area, either Balochistan as well as Sindh, by the by producing canal system, and they just spread all that canal system in the whole area in Sindh or in Balochistan. But what did we do as Pakistan? We didn't perform our duty well. Now those canal systems are not properly working. That's why there is no agriculture anymore in Sindh. It should be done that agriculture should be promoted and on the right track. But that track was being detracked by the Pakistan government as well as the departments who should work for the benefit of the people. Now what is happening? We are just giving water to the areas where agriculture is required or for the agriculture purposes. But what is happening? We are now giving them just 39% of water, and other 60% water is just consumed in transportation, and that water is not for the good of the people of Pakistan, it is against the welfare of the people of Pakistan. And still, they are not, people of Sindh and Balochistan, they are not given the water in a proper sense. Talk about the reported cases of water theft, then even on the Sindh river, there are 78,000 reported cases, and 25,000 cases they are totally illegal theft of that water. Now you can understand or assess in what way we are just playing with that resource here in Pakistan. These are the basic reasons that water is not properly available. The whole world is astonished on that behavior of the Pakistani people or Pakistani government, that we are not taking proper measures in handling the issue. And at one time there might be the situation where there will be just a arid land, barren land, and there will be no agriculture anymore here in Pakistan. And the way we are just diminishing the agricultural lands and converting them into the bricks land, or by establishing buildings, tall buildings, we should just consider it properly. Otherwise it will be a danger, or it will be a deteriorating situation here in Pakistan. I hope so that you understand, and later on we will talk about in what way we can conclude this essay.